also should recognize that because of natural gas, we've enjoyed a dramatic reduction in CO2 generated in the United States over the past 10 years. In fact, if we were to check to see why we've had such success in reducing CO2, we would find that 80% of that effort is attributable to the fact that we have so much natural gas available. I had the great good fortune of attending the Lehigh Conference in Richland, Washington, and then back in Washington, D.C., about 8 days invested in learning about energy issues. Natural gas was a topic on that list. We have about 93 years of proven reserves of natural gas in the continental United States, probably another 100 years if we counted Canada. So there's lots of the stuff. It's interesting, there's some discussion about, at some point, a facility to export natural gas to the United States in Coos Bay. If China were to flip from coal to natural gas, we would save some 3 billion tons of CO2 a year. 3 billion tons of CO2 if we could get China changed out of coal to natural gas. I mentioned Oregon, though, because that's the most important part of today's discussion. Why? For two reasons. First, we use the stuff, and we could be producing our own as opposed to importing it from other places. Why would we want to produce our own natural gas? The reason, of course, is we get a 6% royalty on the natural gas that we produce. We've been producing natural gas out of the mist gas field for many years. To date, it's paid Oregon's school fund $7.5 million. $7.5 million. Why in the world would we continue to import billions of cubic feet of natural gas from other places when we could be generating that here? Especially in a year when we are so challenged when it comes to our budget. The assertion today that was made is that we're not ready, that our agencies are incapable, that the sum of $750,000 stands between us and the millions of dollars that could be paid in royalties. I find that odd because I have here the paperwork from DEQ, the Dogami fact sheet on hydraulic fracturing. I would point out, of course, we have had hydraulic fracturing in Coos Bay some 12 years ago. I also should point out, as many of you probably know, hydraulic fracturing is a 60-year-old, almost 70-year-old technology. One supported by no one other than Governor Jerry Brown of California, who has said, thank God for fracturing. I'm using a little license with my quote. But why? He says that because it reduces our dependence on foreign oil. And so why would we in Oregon be trying to delay the possibility of this kind of income for the state and this kind of opportunity? Why